All right, so we are going live. I'm a little bit early because I accidentally pressed the go live accidentally. I thought it was going to go into a countdown, but apparently it just went live, and so I am a minute early. So I'm going to just go over a recap of what I spoke last time on. Um, so basically, I'm going over the framework that we use for free leads blueprint. All right. So the first framework that we talked about was digital foundation. So previously, when I talked about digital foundation, I talked about basically building a digital foundation on all of your website and social media and all that stuff. But after working with a lot of different clients and realizing that that's not the only digital foundation you need. The other two components that I'm going to be adding in addition to um, the the foundation you need, which is so basically I call it three pillars, right? The three pillars of the first framework is you need some sort of a landing page. Basically, you need to take people that you're going to attract into your business, and you're going to have to take them to some sort of a landing page or a lead magnet or something, a freemium they call it, where people are going to send you or submit their name and email address um, in exchange for whatever information that you're going to provide in that freemium or lead magnet. Okay. And then you have to have some sort of an email sequence that you have set up that will automatically either deliver that content and then also follow up with them. All right. And then lastly is your online digital presence, which is basically all your social media and your website, if you have one, and make sure that they all are, consistent and basically pointing in the right direction. So today, what we're going to talk about is I have um, the framework number two, which is reputation management and um, Google Business Profile. They kind of go hand in hand together if you're a local business, right? That's where I think our niche is. Um, but if you happen to use Facebook reviews or some sort of other reviews as where you're directing people to give you reviews, I would strongly recommend that you look into Google reviews because Google review is the number one when it comes to local ranking. Uh, well, number two factor, but it is a important factor. And so, what I want to talk about reputation management is, what Amazon and has taught everybody, has pretty much trained everybody, is to look at reviews. And I do it for myself as well. Is when I go and like yesterday, like our family is looking into skiing, and my kids are first time skiers, and so looking into buying gloves, right? Snow skiing and snowboarding gloves. And so my wife purchased these Burton profile gloves. And there is another higher level up, which is the Gore-Tex gloves. And so what did I do? I looked at reviews on Burton.com. I looked at Amazon reviews, and looking at and reading all of those reviews. Basically, I basically decided that the profile glove that we purchased is not going to keep our kids' hands warm enough, in my opinion, based on the reviews. And so we're going to return those and get the Gore-Tex gloves, which is about $10, $15 more expensive, but it's going to keep them, more better. Basically, you need to keep your hands warm while you're skiing, right? And so apply the same logic when you're going to use any services or products, you're going to look at reviews. And in the world of local ranking, especially when it comes to local businesses, local Google reviews is important. And so, reputation management. One of the things that I think that most businesses struggle with this in getting reviews is that they don't have it set up automatically and they're not consistent. So how do you build up consistency? You have to set it up so that it's automated in your business process, right? And I'm not going to go into the details of it, so that might be a further might be a topic that I go into later on. But reputation management, I want you to understand that it is an important aspect of something that you need to put into your business so that way you get reviews, whether it's Google reviews, whether it's Facebook reviews, um, any other reviews that you happen to use, right? If it's, I know I'm not a big fan of Zillow, but if you are utilizing Zillow as your source of leads, then you need to get Zillow reviews, right? As an agent. If you are a restaurant and you're relying on Yelp, then you get reviews on Yelp, right? But the reason I talk about Google reviews now is because Google um, is the number one search engine. And when it comes to local ranking, it's an important factor in local ranking. Okay. So then let's talk about the other component that I want to talk about is Google Business Profile. For that, let me share my screen and oops, let me go and share my screen that is on this side and let me load it up. And then, so as you can see here, um, how does Google determine local ranking? Now, I am looking at, if you look at the right here, it's Google Business Profile Help, right? How Google determines ranking. And there are three components, as you can see here, is relevance, distance, and prominence, right? And so I'm going to pull it up. And relevance refers to how well a local business matches when somebody is searching for, right? So what they're searching for. So how you build relevance is by providing complete and detailed information on your Google business profile to help Google understand your business. And then so that profile, so that Google understands exactly what your business does. And then Google, through its AI, it's going to match it to whatever people are searching for. Okay, so that is basically relevance, and that uh, is basically filling out your Google business profile, right? Completely and everything in there. Distance, right? Now, distance considers how far each potential search result is from a potential location. Um, and if a user doesn't provide a location, it's going to calculate it based um, on what you do, what they know about the location, right? You may, even though you can hide a location, you're gonna provide a service area or service location, right? So that's number two. And then prominence. Now, prominence refers to how well a business um, is, or how well known how well known a business is, and so some places are more prominent than others in the offline space, right? So, like for example, landmarks and so forth. It's also based on information that Google has about your business by your website, from other links, from other sources, from other directories, and so forth. And also, it looks at your review count as well as what's in the reviews, and it's also looks at your what else is that? So basically, this is where reviews, and then also where other people, your website, and other factors comes into the prominence. Okay, so on a practical level, like as I talk about the three factors that affects how you ranked on Google, I'm gonna um, tell you on a practical level what you can do to improve your Google Business Profile and optimize it. is number one, like I talked about in relevance, fill out your Google Business Profile, categories, services, um, your description, and everything in there has to be completely filled out, including hours, right? Number two is reviews. And as I spoke about in when I talked about reputation management, it's about trying to get as many reviews, but it's not about the number, but it's the quality of the reviews. What I mean by quality is what are people writing in there that will impact your ranking, right? Because those words in the eyes of Google or in the world of content marketing, right? Reviews is considered content, right? So that it is it is search engine capable. So meaning that what people write in there, Google's going to pick it up. All right. So if somebody writes that this particular business is the greatest plumber, or this particular professional is the greatest plumber in a certain state, it's going to pick that up, right? And so reviews is important. Okay. The third factor is photos. I see so many businesses that have reviews, but they don't have photos, right? And so we're not talking about stock photos that, stock images. We're talking about live photos um, of people, right? Including yourself, including the business, and including your staff, including your customers, if possible, and putting photos in Google Business Profile. And if you can geotag them in some, now if you can load it directly from your phone, which is already geotagged, you have to, enable that feature, and that will help to authenticate your business and even authenticate the image, and that will make improve the local ranking, right? Um, what else can you do? You can, those are the main three things that you can do to improve your, I guess, your Google business profile and optimize it. And that's basically what we do for businesses, right? And as much um, as simple as it may sound, it does take time, right? At the end of the day, anything you do, right? When you look at Instagram or when you look at any social media, right? Content marketing, content. This is in the eyes of Google content for um, social media, right? Some may think that, is Google Business Profile a social media platform? Yes and no. It is a listing, but is it really social? No, there's no social interaction as you would in like in Instagram or in, Facebook. But it is a way for you to generate leads, because at the end of the day, what most business needs is more marketing, and marketing that is working for them when they're, you know, when they're sleeping, or so something that is, I'm very big into doing something marketing, doing it once and having it continuously work for you nonstop while you're sleeping, while you're eating, nonstop. And so when I look at that, I think of Google, which is the number one search engine, and YouTube is the number two search engine. So, um, all right, so I'm gonna end with that. If you would like to download my blueprint, so right now the current blueprint is actually um, the updated blueprint. I'm still in the works, but if you do download it, and when we update it, you will get a copy of the updated version. So you could go to freeleadsblueprint.com, and let me see if I'm sure there's a way to put underneath here. So I'm going to figure out how to utilize this Melon app that I'm currently using to live stream. But if you would like, it's also should be listed below, freeleadsblueprint.com. You can download that blueprint there. And if you have any questions, direct message me on Instagram. That's probably the best way to contact me, through direct message. Or if you can probably, if you know if you're friends with me on Facebook, then you can, direct message me through Facebook as well. All right. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye now.